Our guest this evening, talking about romance. Welcome, Madam Destiny.
Hi, it's my very great pleasure to be here to talk to you all about why romance is so important to women. Romance has been defined as attachment, caring, and intimacy. And as such, women do like to bundle those three with being reciprocal, like having a sharing going on. However, I don't think men exactly see it this way. And from time to time, men like to do this pounce. And so it happens so quickly that women, can't even get their heads around why this is happening so quickly and how it's so fast, when women do want romance and time to actually get accustomed to what the gentleman is about and what the scenario they're going into, which is a lovely romantic venture, is. So here we have this pounce thing going on, and there is the pounce or the move. So Charles, do you have anything to say about this?
We're pouncing and moving. I mean, they're two different things, aren't they? What do you mean by a pounce? Give us an example for the viewers to understand what that actually means.
Well, you see, I was out the other night and I saw it happening in front of my very eyes. This lady had just been to speed dating, and she had just put her bag in her car and turned round, and immediately the gentleman had taken her in his arms and had kissed her wildly when she wasn't expecting such. She was just expecting a little peck on the cheek.
And what's wrong with that, may I ask?
Well, it was a pounce. It was just so quick.
Oh, I see.
And and then it could have led to a bigger pounce. That was only a little pounce.
Element of surprise.
Element of surprise, indeed. So you're saying there's different things in pouncing, different pounces?
Yes, absolutely. And so the little pounce and the big pounce. So, but then there's also the move. Like when men actually they know what they're doing. They plan it all step by step, so that it's just, they've planned it.
Oh,
and whether it's going to be the flowers first, whether it's going to be the hot bath, and then the move is going to be directly on, and how much wine, and all of this kind of thing.
Oh. So what you see is you buy some flowers, pop her in the bath, and then you pounce on her in the bath.
Well, that's what men like to do. But the point is that women also need to be able to know that we can share experiences with the gentleman after we've had this romantic sexual experience. Like, that we can dance, we have something in common like dancing, or, skydiving, or some things that we have in common, so that after the whole experience is over, we have something to share as well, like good food, just a lot of travel, whatever we can share.
So after the intimate act, you want to go travelling straight away? You jump in a car and go around the block a couple of times, or then you just book at a skydiving thing and just jump out of a plane after the act? Do you think that's romantic? Is that what you're talking about?
No, definitely not. I'm not discussing anything like that, Sir Charles.
Oh.
And do you know Englishmen are a little bit, well, we don't know. But anyway, getting back to the point.
Rest. Sleep.
What I'd like to say...
Yes, rest and sleep. Sorry, go ahead, yes.
What I'd like to say is that with a way of getting a woman into a romantic situation is to heighten the experience of music.
So using music for a sort of... the whole experience is going to be heightened by music. What, put on some AC/DC before you do the pounce? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Put on a bit of, a long way to the top to get a sausage roll, straight in, then pounce on her. That's a good move, don't you think?
If you understand what music a woman likes, or...
a bit of Pearl Jam or something.
Well, she might not, you see, and that's for the man to find out what heightens the woman's senses.
So flat out music and a bottle of wine usually does it for me, doesn't it? Then you just jump on it straight away.
Well, Sir Charles, it's like this. If men want this 5-minute wonder thing,
yes.
It's like a fast meal.
Yes.
It's like, quick sex is like quick fast food.
Yes.
When we have fast food and quick sex, That's very different than romance and
Is it?
a lingered meal, like a smorgasbord that lasts for 1 to 2 hours, just like a whole romantic and sexual experience can last for such a beautiful space of time where the male retards his, himself.
What are you trying to say? Retards is what?
He,
But look, so let's play this way. I went to McDonald's the other night, and they're not a sponsor of the show. And I spent 15 minutes eating McDonald's. That's a long time to eat McDonald's, and I would say that is a very, very long romantic dinner. 15 minutes for McDonald's. And that was I had double chips and I had a large Coke, and it took 15 minutes.
well, then we are talking about entirely different experiences here, Sir Charles.
Are we?
Because retarding, the sexual experience for the male so that,
Yes.
she can get warmed up and they can both soar together with some lovely music that they both like. And that is why a shared experience is so important.
You say soaring together. They're in the woodwork shop doing some work on making a table or something. You're soaring. Is that a romantic thing?
No, this is the elevation of the soul and the spirit.
You're an elevator now. You're having sex in an elevator. Is that what you're saying?
No, none of that at all, Sir
I'm
Charles.
getting very confused here. Well, tell me, were you talking about warming a woman up? Like in the old days, we thought 5 seconds for slap and tickle would sort of warm up a woman and get her fired up. You're saying that's no longer the case anymore?
Absolutely not. In fact, if I speak for most of the female population, we wouldn't be interested in a 5 to 10 minute saga. It's kind of like, let's not even start. If it's going to be that quick and it's going to be that over, forget it. Let's not start.
Why? Why? Empires were started in 5 and 10 minutes, wars are finished in half an hour. I mean, it seems to be a very long time to actually spend more than 10 minutes. What do you talk about during the time afterwards? I mean, the first thing you want to do is go straight back to the club, watch the cricket again. What would you say afterwards? Like, that was really good, thank you very much, good evening?
But this is why shared interests are so important. And this is why the elevation of the spirit of two people, see, they have to have lots in common. Otherwise, this is only a slap and tickle and goodbye, Charlie. That's it.
Well, it's vitally important to get someone to like McDonald's for 15 minutes.
It certainly is, from my point of view. I agree. And when you talk about shared interests, I mean, my good wife and I share a bank account, so that's as far as our shared interests go. So that's what you're talking about, obviously.
So you don't share movies, barbecues, maybe some yachting, horse racing, whatever it is people like to share. That is in common with each other.
Oh.
So that when you actually love somebody and make love, you've got this to actually share afterwards. You've got the movies, the music. You've got all these different things. You've got meals that you enjoy.
You can share sleep.
Share sleep, you can. So what you could say is, how about you just get more efficient? How about you get the rumpy-pumpy over early, then go out to see the movies, and then go out skydiving, and then go sailing, and then go lion taming afterwards? Just like that, because that would save a lot of mucking around, wouldn't it?
Well...
So just think about this, two young Destiny. If you had a very busy schedule, you've not got 2 or 3 hours to muck around this sort of stuff. You'd be exhausted. I'd pull a muscle pulled a hamstring the other night, let me tell you, Stroker.
Well, okay.
Try to do this sort of stuff.
The point is then you make a time every week for a long, beautiful, romantic session. Yes. And then if you have to have your quickie McDonald's style, fast food, fast sex thing, then you have that at other times in the week. And so you end up with some really quality romantic experience as well as some fast and furious stuff, if indeed your partner wishes that as well.
Surely doing that, though, it's going to cost you an absolute fortune.
Yes, what is the going rate of exchange for transactional type things these days? Because it seems to be very transactional. If you've got to go out for dinner and buy a McDonald's dinner, that's what it costs, $4.50 for a family feed these days. What do you get for that? Do you get a peck on the cheek? There's no wonder men have to do a pounce.
Viewers, I don't think these guys have got what it's all about, but I hope you did, because I did talk about ways to have some really good quality sharing and romance together. And if you take nothing else away, take away with you that life can be so much better if you put some romance into your life. There's nothing like it, and it can be in any way you like, that romance.
Well, I think that sums it up very well, and I must say it's very kind of young Destiny to come on the show And we're looking forward to next week's topic. So thank you very much from the panel, from Dr. Nigel and I. Very keen. I'm sure we'll learn something somewhere along the line, Stroker.
Somewhere.
Somewhere along the line. Anyway, that is probably for a time for a little quick hit of gin. And thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
How was that, guys?